Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Dreaming Room. There are very, very few rules in the Dreaming Room. In fact, I say that the basis of the Dreaming Room is a blank piece of paper and beginner's mind. You have a blank piece of paper in front of you, or at least close to blank. If you open up your pad, you'll see that it says, I believe, come dream with me. That's the extent of it. The rest of it is yours. We're here to dream. Big time. What happens when we do is people get pissed off. I've had more people pissed off at me in my life, I am certain, than all of you combined. People simply get pissed off. They get pissed off because they feel like we're not responding to who they are. I am not responding to who you believe you are. That would be the greatest, most distinct disadvantage I could provide on your behalf. You're accustomed to doing that. You're accustomed to everybody doing that. What I have is the determination to discover with you. This has nothing to do with business. The Dreaming Room is an incubator for the new entrepreneur within every single individual who participates in it. And when I speak about the new entrepreneur, I'm speaking about what I've referred to as this age of the new entrepreneur. And the new entrepreneur is one who's convinced that his or her role in this world is destined. That each and every one of us here are here for a reason. Not here, though we might say here, but here in you for a reason. And the likelihood is that you have no clue what that reason is. The only thing that can happen in this room, in this sacred space, is a connection is made. And the connection that's made is not with the one who has all that stuff you carry around with you, but the one in you who is absolutely determined, if at all possible, to discover somebody new in you because you're sick and tired of talking to the one you talk to every day. I'm a chiropractor. No, you're not. I'm a dentist. No, you're not. So we start here from a beginning. We presume it to be that this is important to each of you. We didn't describe it at all on our website. We talk about it. But you didn't hear this on our website. We didn't prepare you for this on our website because obviously if we'd prepared you for this on our website, then exactly the opposite of what we're here to do would have happened. We simply said, trust. And that's the only thing we can begin with here, is trust. in my integrity, and in your integrity, that we're on a search. Now that search is narrowed to the idea of entrepreneurship and to the idea that this is the age of the new entrepreneur. And I have an exemplar for the new entrepreneur. In fact, I have a book of his, the brown book, over on the round table sitting in front. And the name of that book, and please write this down, it's not my book, it's called Banker to the Poor. Muhammad Yunus is the exemplar, in my mind, of the new entrepreneur. Because what he set out to do wasn't personal. It was impersonal. It was to eradicate poverty in the world. Muhammad Yunus had a dream. Muhammad Yunus has a dream. The eradication of poverty in the world. Muhammad Yunus says that poverty is simply a symptom of lack of imagination. It has nothing to do with the paucity of resources. It has nothing to do with anything other than a lack of imagination. And in order to eradicate poverty, one can only eradicate poverty by awakening the entrepreneur within himself for the purpose of transforming a condition in the world that is calling. Please write this question down on your notepad. What condition in the world is calling me? When I raise a question, that question I just raised, it's an authentic question. It's an absolutely essential question to awakening the new entrepreneur within you. I'm not asking that you do. I'm not telling you it's necessary. I'm not saying that if you do, you get a certificate when you leave at the end of the 3 days. I'm saying it's more significant than that. I'm saying that Muhammad Yunus has already transformed the lives of millions upon millions of impoverished women, not only in his own country of Bangladesh, where what he did was impossible to do. Hear me, not virtually impossible, literally impossible to do. It was impossible to do what Muhammad Yunus set out to do and has done. The reason I have that book is because that book is the perfect story for anyone to read whose new entrepreneur is awakening within but isn't clear, is lost, keeps on getting distracted by the life they've got, the life you've got, the work you do, the business you own, the business you're starting. Our job here with you is to pursue the question. Please write this down in your little notepad. What is my dream? What is my vision? What is my purpose? What is my mission? If the dream is the great result, what is the great result? What is my purpose? Is it some grand, indefinable thing? Or is it something you can point to, you can name, you can demonstrate, you can validate, you can quantify, called did it? We're here to awaken a new soul. Every single one of us, this is God's gift, get to begin our lives anew. Every single one of us. Even you. Where's the Walt Disney in this room? Where's the Steve Jobs in this room? Sucker was fired from his own company. And then look what he did. Bastards. So, we're going to begin. This has nothing to do with you. So please write this down. Despite what you might believe, this has nothing to do with you. Mother Teresa didn't go to a workshop. Gandhi didn't go to a seminar. Martin Luther King wasn't influenced by Tony Robbins. What is it about someone who takes on the world? They're always bigger than we are. Always. Always. Otherwise, you would have already done it. And so here's the question you want to ask. Each and every one of you, you want to ask. You understand Charles' whole frame of reference is about Charles. Charles' entire frame of reference is about Charles. If his entire reference is about Charles, and I will absolutely assure you that it's true for each and every one of you, your reference is about me. We are the me graduated generation. It's all about me. Why do you think so much psychology? Why do you think so much personal growth? Why do you think so much bullshit floods the world? About me, it's about me, it's about me, it's about me. It's about me, it's about me, it's about Kathy, it's about Kevin, it's about Victor, it's about Cecile. You understand? It's about me, it's about me. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? What do I need? What do I need? What do I want? It's about me, it's about Charles. It's not about you, Charles. It has nothing to do with you, Charles. If you're going to find it, you'll discover it has absolutely nothing to do with you. I'm called to. I'm called by. It's about them.
We have been talking about entrepreneurship, but if you have a very clear and concise definition of what an entrepreneur is. So those are my two questions.
So an entrepreneur is a creator. An entrepreneur is a creator of an enterprise. Not a practice, not a business, but an enterprise.
How would you define an enterprise?
An enterprise is the largest form an organization can take, touching the largest number of people one can imagine to produce an absolutely specific result better than it's ever been produced before.
Today has been really significant because yesterday what was just a picture has started to evolve into what might be the next step. I'm not even sure. But the dreamer that created the picture immediately started thinking about what it brings to the world. But I'm also a very practical businesswoman. So
Right.
Today was really important for me to hear some of the things you said, like consumer-centric, not solution-centric, build a practice. I mean, lead gen, lead conversion, client fulfillment has been my life from a sales process. I get that.
Yep.
But whenever I try to attach that to this higher purpose, this bigger thing that just moves my heart so deeply, there starts to feel a little conflict there. And I actually think I'm getting through that slowly. I mean, like I
You don't have to rush to get through it. This is not something to get through. This is something to understand and internalize. When you say, now higher purpose, lead gen, this is all old coast stuff. This is all your past relationship. This is not about your past relationship. This is about a deep internalization of what I said to Ilya, which was essentially, yes, trust in God, but tie your camel to the fence. If this doesn't work in the real world, there's no point in doing it.
Exactly.
But if it doesn't reach for the highest, why bother?
Right.
So it's combining the highest with the lowest.
Right.
All at one time.
Exactly.
Not to think of one or the other. It's one. And I see that very practical part of you. But she's been suffering from the soullessness of what you're about. And I'm saying there is so much more to be gained there. So as you speak to me about making that connection, in one saying, I'm saying that should be the most joyous thing in the world for you.
You talked a little bit about fear this morning.
Yeah.
And is fear a necessary part of the entrepreneurship formula, or does it come out of risk, or coming out of someone having to come out of their comfort zone to do something?
Well, it's fear of the unknown. It comes at you from any direction, and you're not prepared for it. I've never been here before. I don't know where I'm going. I don't speak the language. I don't understand. You're in constant risk. Of course there's fear. I could lose it at any minute. See how people become possessive of what they've gotten? Are you willing to put it on the line? Are you willing to put everything you have on the line? Have you ever done that? Just for the sake of an idea that you're committed to? And why are you committed to it? Are you out of your mind? Yeah, you're out of your mind. So, yeah, that's where the fear comes from. The fear comes from the unknown. You could drop it in a minute.
I don't know what my purpose is. I only know I'm on this path and it's the right path, and I don't know where I'm going, but it's the right path.
So, Sue, you hear what you said, and it's really, really important for you to understand what it was you said. These opportunities keep coming from out there. These opportunities keep on appearing, and you told me these opportunities keep on appearing. Your husband says, you're not going to do that? You're not going to do that? You're not going to do that? You understand? That's the voice of reason. But the opportunities don't come from out there. And this is a very, very important distinction, because if, in fact, you believe that the opportunity is going to come from out there, you're going to miss the true opportunity that, in fact, you have when you left your family business after 24 years. The opportunity comes from within here. So you're looking out there for something you can't find out there. So what you're looking for, Sue, is someone in here, and that's why we say this is an incubator for the entrepreneur. You're not looking for an opportunity. So please write this down, each and every one of you. You're not looking for an opportunity. You're not looking for a business opportunity. You're not looking for the next great thing. You're not looking for, do you understand? This is not to try to exploit something out there that's appealing to the exploiter in you. It's about discovering the power within you, the creator within you, that's going to create something out there. What you're looking for is what's missing in this picture, what's missing in the world. You're looking for the pain. You're looking for the problem. You're looking for the condition. You're looking for, and it's everywhere you look. So this has been extraordinary for me, and I want to thank all of you. This is my very last dreaming room. since the very first one I did on December 5th, on December 2005, on the 8th, 9th, and 10th. And it's my very last personally led dreaming room, because I've achieved the result that I intended. It's just begun, you understand. In other words, it's just beginning. It's not done. It's just beginning. It was a 5-year odyssey of 58 of these, now 59, all for the purpose of discovering how to do this thing, how to truly awaken the entrepreneur within, how to truly discover what an entrepreneurial incubator would be if it was possible to create one, for the only reason in the world, because having worked with all of these tens of thousands of small businesses, I've discovered how dead they were. Do you understand what I mean? How dead they were. There was no vitality. Where does that come from? And every single one of you have an experience of that. You know what I'm talking about. Where does that come from? It comes from the entrepreneur. But of course, very few of the people we ever worked with in small business, of the 70+ thousand, were true entrepreneurs. They are, as I've said to you and you know, technicians suffering from an entrepreneurial seizure. They created a job for themselves. That's all that Lynn did, Lynn did, is create a job for herself and for her husband and for the 22 others. And then it comes full circle as you go through the tunnel, digging, forward, a tunnel borer going forward under the earth, experiencing that there must be light at the end of this somewhere. We all say, there must be light at the end of this tunnel somewhere. Well, I think there's light. I thought that was light. No, that was just less dark. No, that wasn't light. You don't even know light until you actually experience light. The kind of light that awakens every single one of us when you suddenly see it. And when I looked at the face of Bibiana, and I saw her when she walked up here, and the absolute startling look of light, not because she's beautiful. Do you understand? Not because she is light. As every one of you are. Is entrepreneurship mystical? Yes, of course it is. Why? Because the universe is. You think about becoming the E-Myth architect. You're making a commitment to spread the light. Not in the tunnel. There is no tunnel. It's our own imagination. Frank, you see the doctors out there in their tunnels. Day after day after day after day after doing it. Busy. The doctor in the back of the room, busy. Now I got 700 coming in. Now I got 800 coming in. Now I got 200 frickin' patients every day doing it, right? And he thought that was the light. And suddenly he woke up and said, holy shit, where am I? I mean, where am I? And I was liberated. Did that not mean something? It meant everything. Every single one of those people you touched. Every single one of those people you touched. And in the beginning, the touch was light. Do you remember? Do you remember in the beginning how the touch was light? Do you understand it was an expression of light? In the very beginning, as a care person, as a chiropractor, as a whatever, the touch was light in the very beginning, and then the light went out. But you continued to touch. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Yes. So I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all for this. I want to thank you all for joining me in our celebration. I want to thank you all for sharing yourselves as you did. And I will make and further my commitment to meet with those of you who didn't get a chance to come up front into the hot seat.